Hey everyone, welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. Franklin Jones once said, "Perhaps nobody has changed the course of history as much as the historians." Speaking of history, it's time to retrace our steps on music history. Throughout each episode of Music History, I will tell you about some interesting music events that have happened today, June 27th. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to cover everything that occurred today, so I shrunk the list down to 10 imperative moments. I organized them chronologically. Let's begin. First, on this day in 1942, one of the Beach Boys, Bruce Johnston, took his first breath. Happy birthday, Bruce. On this day in 1947, the Surfaris' extremely skilled lead guitarist Jim Fuller entered the world. Happy birthday, Jim. On this day in 1951, Gilson Lavis, the quite desirable drummer of Squeeze, was born. Happy birthday, Gilson. On this day in 1966, the Mothers of Invention put out their debut album titled Freak Out. At first, the reaction was lukewarm. However, Freak Out steadily gained a cult following, and even wound up making Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time list. On this day in 1971, the quite precious Fillmore East venue, which hosted countless bands, shut down. The primary reason hinged on the music industry as a whole, favoring larger venues to accommodate additional fans and generate higher profits. The Allman Brothers Band, Albert King, the Beach Boys, Country Joe McDonald and the Fish, Edgar Winter, and Mountain took advantage of an opportunity to ensure that the Fillmore East went out on a high note. On this day in 1975, ZZ Top's Fandango album received a gold certification for crossing the 500,000 mark. Amazingly, it only took 2 months to do so. On this day in 1980, near the end of Led Zeppelin's tenure, their drummer John Bonham suddenly collapsed during a Nuremberg show. Understandably, the remaining members decided to cancel the rest of the show. Robert Plant quipped that his bandmates' collapse was probably caused by consuming too many bananas. Yeah, right. On this day in 1987, Whitney Houston obtained a substantial milestone when she became the very first female artist to see an album debut at the very top of the U.S. album charts. Said album, simply called Whitney, was a massive success, selling a noteworthy 20 million copies worldwide. On this day in 1996, Lollapalooza was held at Longview Lake, located in Kansas City, Missouri. A surprising twist occurred with Metallica headlining the festival rather than following the already established pattern of allowing relatively unfamiliar groups to perform. Adding to the stark contrast, one of Lollapalooza's key figures, Perry Farrell, had virtually no involvement. Finally, on this day in 2012, Rihanna, along with 300 of her fans, were forced to evacuate from the Corinthia Hotel following an out-of-control elevator fire. Thankfully, a team of firefighters quickly responded to the incident and extinguished the fire. Well, that's it. What's your favorite thing that came to pass on June 27th? Let me know in the comments. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Till then, rock on.